What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to 6 Scale Reviews, and today the day has finally come. We have the InArt Rooted Joker, the 2-pack. Um, this box is fucking huge. Let me just be honest. This box is absolutely massive. Yeah, this was a bit tricky to kind of film. It's going to be tricky to kind of maneuver with this. But yeah, man, full transparency, I did get this from Toys Wonderland, and yes, I did get this from that error that they had where they put the wrong price, and I got it for quite the deal. After everything, I paid $950 after shipping, like everything. That's all I paid. I know a lot of people, paid full price, 1100, but I took advantage of a mistake that a company messed up on, and let's be honest, it's kind of nice to take back from a company who's been in quite a bit of trouble lately. So what can I say besides fuck them? I got them from a good deal. But yeah, I'm not associated with Toys Wonderland at all. I'm just mentioning it because I'm trying to be transparent as possible, like I always am. And yeah, that's where I got it from. That's where I purchased this from, and I'm just really excited to get it, man. I think, I think this is gonna be a hell of a video. This is this is the rooted 2-pack, the highest version of it. So yeah, I got the jail cell, dio, all that. But this box is huge. Like, it's a big one. So let's go ahead, try to unbox this thing because it's badass. But first, let's look at some of the stuff that it comes with. Pre-packaging, I guess. So it comes with a nice little pamphlet. These are the instructions for the InArt Joker operation guide. Comes with this nice little metallic little envelope here. Comes with a nice little letter. Not gonna lie, it's pretty cool, man. It felt like unboxing a statue. So here it says, "Dear collector, thank you for supporting InArt, ordering this 1/6 scale collectible figure." And there's a bunch of other stuff here that it says. I'm not gonna go ahead and read that. You can go ahead, pause the video, and check it out. But yeah, man, this is pretty nice. They addressed some of us collectors. So that's a nice little envelope, nice little trick. Also get some little goodies that come into this. You get a nice little movie ticket thingamabob here. I think it's pretty cool, not gonna lie. Yeah, that's pretty dope. And then it has some nice little printing on the back, so that's cool, I think. And then it comes with this metallic InArt Joker card. Look at that. It is metallic and it is in a little plastic bag. I'm not going to take it out of that, but I will be displaying this some way, somehow. I think this looks fantastic. Yeah, very shiny, very metal. That's really cool. And I don't know what this is. I think this is just another piece of information, I'll be honest. I think it says 01, so this is the first figure for InArt. I don't understand this language, so yeah, comes with that. So yeah, that's pretty cool, man. I'm not gonna lie. I'm really impressed. I'm gonna put this back in here because I'm gonna need that operating guide for this review because this is the first time I'm opening this figure. All the plastic should still be on it. And yeah, let's go. So first things first, you can see here it has a shell and everything. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna take this out of the actual outer piece, and then yeah, it'll just be easier to work with. So give me one sec. But before I do that, let's look at the art box. The art box is very nice. I did take out the figure, the whole encasing. I took it out, so it's a little bit easier to futz with. But here's some random piece of plastic. But yeah, it's very simple. The Dark Knight trilogy, the Joker. There's nothing on the back or the sides besides this right here, and it has a bunch of warning signs, whodunits, whatnot, and yeah, that's pretty cool. That's all it really says. Nothing too wild here, but Yeah, all right, let's go ahead and get the actual box out. Oh, all right, everybody. Here it is, the moment of truth. We have the foam box here. It comes with the straps. They say InArt on them. This feels like a true like statue unboxing. I ain't gonna lie. Oh boy. All right, I'm pretty excited about this. Let's go ahead and lift this up. Oh, it does not come on a hinge. Move these straps out the way here. And whoa. There it is. This is the figure. Wow. There's a lot of shit in here. We got the two figures, the head sculpts here. I'm gonna go ahead and take off all this plastic and then we'll kind of jump into what we got here. All right, everyone. Here is everything that he comes with. As you can see, there's quite a lot. And there's two trays to this as well. So there's the jail cell, which is under. I'll show that probably on its own. But yeah, man, let's get into this. Let's kind of start with the weapons here first because there's some things I kind of want to talk about. So this is the submachine gun that this comes with. It does have a metal mag. It's a magazine. It's all metal, even the magazine itself. Now, I do have to point out that the magazine is very sensitive and it wants to fall out very easily. So if I were you, I'd just be very careful. But this thing does look fantastic. I mean, it has a little bullet and everything. And yeah, you just slide it in there to make sure it's in. But just be careful touching it because look, I'll do it over the body. It just comes right out. So just be very careful on how you, how you deal with it. So yeah, just attach it, and then this little arm swings around, and then you're good to go. So yeah, looks pretty damn good. There's no real weathering on it. It's just kind of fat. It's flat black. Nothing too special about it. It just looks like a normal gun. So there's that. He does come with the switchblade, which is plastic, but it does slide in and out. It does have like a little button here on the side that you just, not bad. Nice paint, metallic paint on it. Can't really complain too much. And then we have the Glock pistol here. Same kind of deal. The magazine's a bit hard to deal with, but it does kind of have a spring. Oh, and as you can see, that went flying. Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably the only issue I can see is the magazine is just not holding very well. And but other than that, yeah, this thing's pretty dope. Nice little spring to it. Yeah, it's cool. But yeah, the mags just don't like to stay in the gun. So yeah, is what it is, I guess. But yeah, and then the fucking thing falls off again. But yeah, it's cool. It's cool that they got an actual Glock. And then I did want to show this really fast. It is the Joker cards. There's a whole bag of them, and I didn't want to just make a mess of those, so I just went ahead and grabbed this little Joker card here. And you can see it's very tiny. There we go. Yeah, nice little Joker card. Nothing on the back side. Just kind of plain. But they all have different Jokers on them. There's all kinds of different ones. But I believe this is the one he used in the movie. I have to go back and double check that. But yeah, I grabbed this one because, yeah, it looked cool. So there's that. So let me put that down. And then, of course, I got the pre-order exclusive, I guess. The handcuffs. They are real metal. They do actually operate. And they have a very strong ratchet. So, yeah. Very strong ratchet. So that's cool. Get to use those. And then on to the next little accessory. We get the money. All the little money and like the bands that he got. They're all very nicely done. All individual. I'm trying to zoom in here a little bit. Yeah, very nicely done. All individually in there. No like fillers or anything. Two of them. And yeah, that's pretty cool, I think, They look very good. They look very good for some 1/6 scale dollar bills. And then the last kind of accessory piece thing are all the grenades. These things are very heavy, so like I'd be very careful if I were you, but they all are different grenade shapes and sizes. But they're cool. These are very heavy, so just keep in mind, don't like yank on them or you might accidentally break the string. I'd be very careful, but they are very nice. I'm really liking these. And also, be careful not to tangle the string. It looks very easy to do, and I'm trying to be as careful as I can. But yeah, just be very aware of what you're doing. Be very aware of what you're doing and how you're doing it. Yeah, let's go on to the heads, because why not? These look fantastic. I mean, let me just take the plastic off, because you can. So, as you can see here, this is the first head sculpt. This is the more serious one. This looks just fantastic. I mean, it's hard to explain without sounding like I'm gushing over this or without being over dramatic, because some people would take it as that. But I just have to say, in person, when you look at these the paint applications, it is something I've never seen before in 1/6. I mean, Hot Toys does a really good job with their paint. I mean, they're second to none when it comes to their paint. But I mean, this is like scary good, honestly. Like, it's honestly scary good, and I really like the way this looks. Honestly, it looks really good. So, yeah, it looks wow, just fantastic. Yeah, but this is the more serious one. I mean, come on. That looks just like Heath Ledger. And you can see some of the hair back here. Just looks fantastic. I mean, I don't know what else to say. But yeah, those paint apps are just incredible. So what they actually captured was they captured the look of the makeup. Like in the movie, it looked like he was wearing makeup, and on the figure, it looks like he's actually wearing makeup. It's crazy. Like they got that like washed out type of white look. Like even got some of the the paint in the hair here. You can see right there. I mean, it looks fucking crazy, honestly. It really does. And then to put this back, you kind of just slide it back in here. You see a little thing in the back, just line it up with the back of his head. Pop it in, and you're good to go. So let me put this back in here. Oh, did I not get it over there? There it goes. There it goes. Okay, cool. Gotta get it to snap. So now let's get this guy out the box as well. It's kind of hard to do on camera. I have to get it close to my body, so let me take this off. And then, boom, here we go. This is the smirking head sculpt. His hair is a bit crazier in this, but I think it looks fantastic. The way they got like his face is like asymmetrical. Like, this looks really good, man. Fucking crazy good. The hair in the back. And this is like all like, it has product in it already. So like, it's all stiff. It's very rigid. It's not going to go anywhere if you touch it. But I mean, it just looks really damn good. I don't know what else to say. Like, Jesus. What do you guys think about this so far, the head sculpt? Are you guys picking up the rooted? Or are you guys picking up the sculpted? What do you guys think? Because I think this rooted, it looks just fantastic. Like I said, those paint apps are insane. See more of that paint in the hair. I don't know what pimples people are talking about. I don't see no damn pimples. But yeah, this looks really, really damn good. Yeah, fantastic. Fantastic figure. Oh, head sculpt so far. Oop, put that in the wrong place. And one more time here. Boom. Snapped it right in. All good to go. Put that guy in there. And yeah, let's look at some of the hands, because these look incredible as well. These are some of the painted hands. Again, these look fantastic. They look like the real thing. Even the palm underside. Like, wow. They even got the creases in the palms. That's pretty crazy, man. Pretty crazy. They only give you 3 of these because 2 of them come on the figure itself. Here's that painted hand, or that pointing hand, I'm sorry. And it is very nicely painted. All the knuckles, the reds, and all kinds of other stuff in it. Looks really, really good. Really liking that wrist action, like sculpted forearms, the vein work, you can see it all. It looks really, really good. And you get 2 of these, 2 extra regular forearm with the peg if you want. And then last but not least, we get some of these gloved hands here, which I think are incredible. I mean, they look like real gloves, honestly. They look like a hand in a glove. I know we've seen this to a lot of other companies, but these look really, really damn good. Like, yeah, these are top class, I think. Really well done. And I will be talking about the magnets in the hands themselves a bit later, because there is quite a bit to say on that. But yeah, let's go ahead and get the jail cell out, and then we'll take the figures out, and yeah, let's do it. All right, and before we get into this whole jail cell thing, I did forget that the bench was in that first section. This is the bench for the jail diorama. It goes right onto this piece right here. It is all metal. You can see some of the welds there. Like, they really... This is metal, man. This is dope. It looks really good. It's pretty heavy. Not, it's not too heavy, but it's pretty damn heavy. And yeah, I'm really liking the way this came out. This is the bench. And next we got the infamous magnetic base. Here it says the InArt Joker, the 1/6 scale collectible figure, the Dark Knight trilogy. This is the base that has everybody talking. This is the one that's like, oh, the magnets don't work, the base sucks. Like, okay, I'll be honest. I put the figure already on here. I tested it out right before filming this, and it works just fine. The instructions specifically tell you to face it this way to make it work. I will show you on the instructions right now. On the instructions, let's see here, guys, because I think some of us can't read. Let's see. Here we go. Standard base. For explanation of base assembly, you can see the magnets in there where they face. It tells you right here, position the magnet to align with the what does it say? The sole of the shoe on the figure. But look, pay attention right here. Let me see here. Look how the base is facing. That's how you should have the base when posing this figure. If the instructions show it like that, this is how you should have it. I mean, right? And then when I tested this on the figure, and I'll show it again once I get the figures out. When you put the figure on right here, it snaps in. If you try moving it, the figure it won't really want to sit. It'll snap where it's supposed to sit. But once again, I will show this once I get that figure out. But yeah, this is the base. I think it's really nicely painted. Not too much weight. It's actually pretty light. So yeah, that's it. I think it's a nice color. I like it. It says the Dark Knight Joker on it. But yeah, I think it looks really good. So that's that. Let's get into this jail cell diorama. Whew! All right. Let's do the wood part first because this is it's a big piece, guys. This is a pretty big piece. This has the Dark Knight symbol right here in the front. On the bottom, it does say the same thing the other one did. So part A001, InArt, Queen Studios, Joker. And then on the back side, the Dark Knight Joker. This is actually made of real wood. You can see how thick it is right there. But the paint apps look very, very well done. You can see here, it looks dirty, grimy, and just not the cleanest wood ever. Let's see if I can zoom in. Yeah, you can see the attention to detail there. Looks really good. Yeah, I think that looks really, really damn good. So let's get that over there for now. Oh, okay. Now that this is the heavy part. This thing is... All right, everyone. The moment you've all been waiting for, it's here. I put the damn head sculpt on the damn body. And this is the entire figure. We have the purple suit right here. It's the nice little jacket here with the, you know, the grenade little slots right there. You got the undercoat that he used when he robbed the bank. And, of course, the green vest under. I have to say, man, this head sculpt, like I said, fantastic. Looks really damn good on the figure, on the body. The coat feels very nice. It feels like a, you know, kind of not like a pea coat, but like, it's hard to describe. It's fabric. It's not like any pleather or anything like that. But it feels very nice. It doesn't feel like it's going to start getting like fuzzy or anything. It feels very solid. You can see that there's weathering. I don't know if you can tell in the camera, but there's like slight weathering on the stitching. There's like a brownish wash in there all around. Yeah, on all the seam lines and even on the bottom of the coat, there's like a line right here. It's dirt. So that's pretty cool. And then there's wires in this coat as well, so you can kind of get fancy with some poses. And yeah, and then we got the Joker pants here, the pinstripe. Very subtle pinstripe, and it looks very good. They're a nice material, lightweight, nothing too crazy. It's not going to pinch or anything. Got the little gold chain here as well. It's actual metal, so just be careful with that. Not to yank on it. I think it's just looped onto his belt somewhere, so just be careful. I do have to mention, though, getting the head sculpt itself on the body was an absolute fucking nightmare. I have to say, it was very difficult. I had to get some tweezers. I used some metal tweezers here to grab the collar to be able to put the head sculpt in, because if you just try to put it in, the collar is going to stop you and it's going to not go all the way in. So you got to really, you know, rock it in and then get the tweezers, pull up the collar, and you have to pull up the collar inch by inch on all the way around. You even got to get into here, so you're going to have to pull that coat back, and it's a pain in the ass, especially for this one because it has all the layers on it. This one is definitely harder to do than the jail cell version. But I just thought I'd let you guys know that shit is very difficult. So just be careful. Take your time. Take your absolute sweet time doing it, because you don't want to mess this figure up. Especially if you have the rooted like I do. I do not want to mess this figure up whatsoever. But I do want to talk about the hair. The hair looks really good. Like I mentioned before, it is nicely rooted. It's very sturdy. They put some type of product in it already. And then, yeah. So, and then to access the rolling eyes, all you got to do is stick your finger in on the bottom, the base of his skull, basically. And then there's a lip there, and you just lift. You just lift like so, and then you pull it out, and then you can see the little lever. Little lever in there, and then you can go ahead and move it around. I'm not going to do it right now, but yeah, you just go ahead, put that in. It's kind of tricky to get back in because, you know, sometimes the hair does get in the way, so you kind of got to move it around and just kind of move it. It looks kind of funny, but yeah, you just move it, get it in place there. And then it should be, I'm not quite in there, hold on. There we go. Good to go now. Very seamless. You can't even tell that I just took that shit out. Nothing. So you can go ahead and move the eyes there. I have the eyes slightly looking up here to kind of give that furrowed brow kind of look. And he does have a slight hunch. You can see, even though his head is straight up and down, he does have a slight hunch, and he will hunch pretty well. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this outfit. In terms of articulation, this thing can pretty much do whatever you want it to. I mean, the arms go out to about there. You know, each one. It has a double jointed elbow, of course. The body definitely is heavy. It's definitely heavier than a regular Hot Toys, but I'm assuming that's because of the magnets. The arms go out to about there with this coat version on. The legs can pretty much do whatever you want it to. No problem. You got some nice little ratchet knees. They're very strong. Same thing with this one. Very strong. You can even hear it squeaking. And this thing can pretty much do whatever you want it to. I mean, I doubt anyone's going to be posing this like Spider-Man. But, I mean, it can pose, man. It can move. Now, I do want to talk about the ankles because they've kind of been an issue, I guess, for some people. But for me, mine are very strong. As you can see, like, you can hear it. They're very sturdy, not going anywhere. I think what a lot of people are having an issue with is posing this figure because of the boots. As you can see, they're very a weird, obscure shape, and they're very accurate because those are the shoes he wears. So, like, on a figure, you know, in person, when you wear these kind of shoes, like, obviously, like, the material is going to bend and be flat. But, like, on the figure, like, it's not going to do that, obviously, right? So you got to really make sure you position this on the base to where it's not, like, leaning towards the toes. You can see it's, like, at a 45-degree angle. It will tip if you try to put it on the toes. And, you know, that's not ideal. You will drop it. It will fall and crash. So, speaking of that, I will want to talk about the magnets here. This is how the instructions say to mount them. And there, you see what I mean? If you have the figure at all, anything like this, he's going to fall forward like that. So you want him balanced. Make sure he's, like, well balanced. His heels are on the ground. And then when you pose this figure, you want to make sure that he's leaning to where it's natural and it's not fighting anything. As you can see, if I try moving this figure, he wants to turn back where it says because of the magnets. So really, you want to make sure those fucking heels are on the ground and that he's stable. Even to push test it. Like, you see, I'm push testing this. Like, he's not going anywhere unless something were to violently shake or something. He's not going anywhere. So, like, just be very careful on how you do it. Just like I said, make sure those heels are touching the base. Do not try to pose him with those curved parts of the shoes. He's going to fall. 100% of the time he's going to fall. If you pose him like this, he's falling. 100%. Make sure his heels are touching the ground. That's all I have to say. That's all I can say. I mean, that's how you have to pose this figure, man. You see, they're very strong. The base fucking stays. Just, yeah, like I said, make sure those heels are on the damn base, and you will never have a problem. Maybe the ankles will give out over time. Maybe they will. Maybe they won't. You know, I just unboxed this, so I have no idea. And, yeah, I mean, just be careful. That's all I can really say. Yeah, now onto this figure right here. I had him sitting on the bench. And I have these sleeves rolled up. So to change these hands out, you do have to unbuckle. There's a little tiny buckle here. Let me see if I can zoom in. You might not be able to see it because it's really small. But let's see if it's on the inside. Yeah, so you see this little clip. This clip will be attached on your figure on this side. All you got to do is just unbuckle it. It's very easy. And then you can roll it back one time. And then after that, now what we can do is just change out one of these hands. You just pull it out like this. I'm going to grab another one. here, grab the pointing one, and then you can see the peg on the inside like that. So you kind of just gotta finagle it, I guess, and get it up in there. But I really recommend just sliding the sleeve back as much as possible to where you can see that joint, just like so, right? And then you just pop this baby on. Try to remove all the fabric. Pop that baby on like that, and now you got a seamless arm. And then you can roll this back on. See if I can do it, because it might be a bit difficult. Sorry if I'm kind of doing it off camera a bit. But then boom, yeah, you just roll it back, and then you can roll this back up the way you want. So then boom, they kind of give you that look. So then let's see, you get a little pose here. Bam, there you go. And it's on there. You can just twist this around however you want. You know, make him look like he's composing, whatever you want to do. So you can do that on this figure. And this figure, like I said, this one doesn't have the coat or anything. There is magnets on this, so if you do want to use this figure on this base, it will definitely work. But yeah, that's pretty much it for, you know, articulation. It can do what you want. It does have some ab crunch on this figure as well, so you can really get some good poses. The one with the coat obviously is a little more hindered. There's a lot more layers, so just keep that in mind, and then you'll be fine. Yeah, and I think that's it for these figures. But I do want to mention one more thing as well. For the figure with the wrist joints, mine out the box came like relatively loose. Not loose in the peg, but in terms of just like up and down motion. They are very floppy. I mean, like, yeah. So just be careful. Keep that in mind. I did put the gun in the hands, and it did not fall out because, look, when you get this damn thing, when you put it in, there's a magnet here, a magnet here. You don't just leave it like this. It's not gonna hold anything. It's gonna pop right out. You gotta really push it in there a little bit. It'll go. You see how it's touching the sleeve now? That thing's a lot harder to get out. So just keep that in mind. Don't just go like this and think it's all good without giving it a little push. Like, you gotta really push it in there, and it'll stay. That shit ain't coming out. It's just the wrist peg itself is very floppy, you can see. So I don't know if it's just mine or maybe because it does come with the extra ones. So we'll see if I can swap those out, and maybe it got more rigid or whatever. I can definitely fix that. That's not a problem. So that might be the only issue I see in my copy holding the gun. But yeah, that's really it. I mean, the hand fucking stays in there really hard. I really got to force that out. So yeah, just keep that in mind. That's that's just on my copy. But yeah, man, let's go ahead, pose these guys up, and yeah, man, let's wrap this video up. Let's go. All right, everyone, here we are with the first pose. I'm not going to be talking, the entire time through these poses because there's quite a few of them, and I think you've heard my voice enough today. And I just want to say this looks great. I do want to mention something about the jail cell real quick. It does have that leaning issue, and that has been an issue due to the weight of the die cast. And I mean, I don't know what to do about it. I know it's been an issue for other collectors as well, and there are methods to remedy it. But yeah, just thought I'd let you know. I just noticed it, over time doing this review. So that's that. But yeah, guys, go ahead, enjoy some of these poses, and I'll chime in when I got to.
guys, I'm gonna hop in here and finish out this video really quick. Really liking the way these figures came out on camera, man. Really happy with it. InArt's attention to detail is just crazy, man. I mean, look at this shot right here with the gun, the money screams quality, man. It doesn't feel cheap, plasticky. The gun, the magazine, everything. It just looks so good, man. You know, here in the jail cell, the rust. You know, the small little details InArt has definitely got. You know, although the jail cell has an issue, like I mentioned before, it's just something you got to figure out. I mean, InArt has to figure that stuff out. You know, it's very minor, but still, you know, it's their first figure, so like I'm not too hard on them. But at the same time, hopefully they do fix issues like this eventually. But I mean, the paint apps, everything, fantastic. I can't really complain about it. But yeah, you know, InArt definitely did a good job with this, man. I'm very impressed. I'm very happy with it. Overall, this figure, I give it out of 10, probably like a solid 9.8. You know, besides the jail cell kind of doing that leaning thing, I mean, that's kind of brought it down from being a 10, even with all the smaller issues. But I give it a 9.8 out of 10, man. It is fucking incredible. I think it's fantastic. But really appreciate you guys for watching this video, because it was a really long one, and I'm really sorry. I'm gonna definitely chapter this out. And if you hung around this long, why not hit that like button, subscribe, and you know, there's a lot more content to come on the channel. This was a lot of fun to make, and yeah, we'll catch you guys on the next video. And yeah, peace out. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.